Hey everybody, welcome back. Julie and I, we're going to talk about your passport today. It got stronger, but it got weaker too.
Sure did.
So we're going to tell you where you can go now that you couldn't go before without having to apply for an e-visa, and where you are now going to have to apply for an e-visa. So we're gaining one, we're losing one. So at this point, you're allowed as an American with your blue passport to enter 150 countries visa-free. You can typically stay for 90 days without doing anything special besides showing your passport to enter the country. Mm-hmm. And that sounds like a lot of countries, right?
Oh, it sure does.
But you know what? We're in 39th place.
Which is kind of surprising to me,
Yeah.
but you know.
So we don't have the world's strongest passport, but we're definitely not on the far end of the spectrum. So we can go to a lot of places, and if you go to some countries in Africa, you're going to need to get an e-visa. You're going to need a visa in India or Russia. I mean, but the most of the countries most Americans are going to go to, it's walk in the door with your passport, and you're good to go for 90 days. Every 180 days, that is. So you can actually spend 180 days plus, or 180 days in the country if you're moving it around back and forth.
Right. As our audience might already know, Armenia allows American passports 6 months. Albania allows them for 12 months. Mm-hmm. And these are continuous. So you actually don't have to do anything other than get the stamp.
Now, where we kind of get hosed is in Europe. When we look at an area called the Schengen in Europe, we're allowed to spend 90 days in 100 out of 180 days in the entire Schengen Zone, which is comprised of 29 countries in Europe. So Romania, Bulgaria just got added, unfortunately. So if you're going to travel around Europe like Julie and I do, you have to leave that Schengen Zone, and you've got countries that are like Montenegro that we love a lot and own a home in. You have Albania, you have Serbia, Macedonia, Moldova, Bosnia, and then you've got the UK, you've got Ireland, so you've got some different places to go, and we loved Ukraine when Ukraine wasn't at war, and so maybe someday we'll go back when there is no war there, but you'll have to figure out where you're going to zig and zag out of. And one of our favorite places to go during our time not Schengen was a country you had to apply for an e-visa as American before. And it would cost you $51 to apply for this, and it gave you 90 days to stay in. So while all of the Europeans were able to just roll on into this country with their passport, us as Americans, you had to go get on the computer, apply for this e-visa, and then whether you're coming in by air or land, you had to then show that you had this e-visa.
You did.
And it was just an added complications and
cost.
Yeah. And sometimes people got caught off guard that they didn't know they needed it when they were planning, and it only takes like 10 minutes to get approved, so it's not like it's a big deal, but you don't want to be in the country finding out you're not going to get approved either. So it's good that it's gone.
I agree.
So where is this country?
One of our favorites.
Turkey. So if you want to go to Antalya now, if you want to go to Istanbul, Fethiye, Alanya, these countries these cities we've been to, explored, and shared with you, you now no longer have to go get that e-visa. You can roll in with your little blue passport if you're an American, and
in and out.
Yep, it's great. And so we're happy about that, but we don't have any plans to go to Turkey in the near future. But when we go back, it's going to make life a bit more simpler. We're losing the country on the list that used to just let us stroll in.
That's correct. Now, we haven't actually been to this country yet.
No. But there's a lot of Americans that go there. But if you're going to Brazil in the future, you now have to apply for an e-visa before you go to the country. And so you would go online to Brazil's new system now, and it's going to cost $81 to apply at this is the exchange rate, I guess. So it's unfortunate. I don't know why it was added. It's probably something to do with politics.
Yeah, but you know, that one is going to be good for 10 years. So it's not going to be as costly as what Turkey was, but it's yet another step we have to do when we land.
So that's $81 for 10 years for Brazil.
Correct.
Okay. So if you prorate it out, it's $8 a year. In Turkey, that $51 was good for
Those 90 days.
But it was good for like 6 months that you had to
That's
use
correct.
it. So you had to use 90 days in the 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the new visa updates for 2024. And you still have a great passport if you're an American. Most countries you want to go to are not going to give you a problem. So now if you want to find the complete list, and if you're not American, you want to know what countries you can go to with your passport, with a visa, without a visa, with an e-visa, what countries you're not allowed to go at all, go to visaguide.world and you can look up your country and it will tell you all kinds of visa information in there. And you can look up other countries and see where they can go as well.
Right. And, you know, I also want to say, as I mentioned before, Armenia allows an American passport for 6 consecutive months. Georgia, the country of Georgia, allows 12 months. Turkey is 90 in and 90 out. And Albania is also allowing U.S. citizens 12 months. Then you must leave for 3, but you can come back again for another 12. And this is all visa free.
Yeah. And as we do the Schengen Shuffle, we have our home in Montenegro, which is a country you shouldn't miss. So if you're trying to do the Schengen Shuffle, make sure Montenegro's on that list at some point. We love our little Adriatic home base. So anyhow, short, sweet video for now. Thank you for joining. As a reminder, Julie and I were traveling the world with our 2 dogs, trying to see what it's like to live in different places, and we're sharing those experiences and expenses with you. So please subscribe and please give the video a like. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Look up Warren Julie Travel for our Facebook group. And until next time, have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.
Ciao.